Hi, I'm Empress Rose, and this is the Star card. So, another heavenly body. We will be proceeding from the Star card to the Moon card to the Sun card as things get bigger and brighter and closer and more real as we follow from our crown down to the actual manifestation in the kingdom here. So, the Star card, in a couple of words, is a blessing. Right where you need to be. Here are all these wishes, all these dreams, and one is really here. It's coming in, and it's a wink from the universe that this can actually happen. This is worth investing in. It's a little bit of it's an external wink though, like it's in reality now. We're in the lower half of this where this dream is becoming reality. So we're headed from Netzah to Yesod, from victory to foundation, and we're really setting a strong foundation for what can happen here. This can happen. It's a wink from the universe, a twinkle little star, a little winking little star at you saying, yes, one of your dreams actually has some real potential here to happen. So it's a glimmer of hope. So it is becoming very real here, looking at the Kabbalah here, it's becoming very real. And yeah, it's possible. So we're headed up from the tower. Last night's tower was a little bit rough, right? Things got broken, dreams got shattered. How we thought anything was going to be and was supposed to be got a little shattered here in the tower. But from that, we're getting this little wink, and the rebuilding's going to go well. You can rebuild, and actually whatever happened here is actually going to turn out to your benefit, right? Sort of the Lego tower that kind of got destroyed right here. Well, now, guess what? You can rebuild a new tower, and now you have new Legos to add into that tower. The little Lego tower that your little brother destroyed here, we've got some new Legos, and you know what? Some of those other ones were just, you're not into them anymore. So this star card is like, yes, we will rebuild here. And this dream still has potential to happen, but it's just not going to happen the way you want. But here we're starting to get into the reality, the building. It's actually real. So the star card is a wink from the universe, that you can do this, that this can happen. This dream actually can still happen, even though there's maybe been some destruction and some drama and crisis around it. It's still possible. Different than what you originally thought, but definitely still possible. The star card here is also associated, of course, with Aquarius, the water bringer. No card in the deck, in my opinion, is more clearly its astrological sign. This is Aquarius, the water bringer, understanding our emotions and our feelings. So, yeah. So it comes after the tower, of course, after the drama, after the issue, after the long night. We could see this possibly as the morning star, heralding the dawn. We do have the sun coming up in a couple cards here, a lot more clarity, a lot more obvious. We've learned everything we needed to learn, but this is that glimmer of hope here, and that little wink. So there is a sense of, with Aquarius, there's always a sense of vulnerability to me, as far as and just bringing the emotions forward, and thinking about our emotions and having that courage and that bravery to think about our emotions and to really examine them and really look at them. So we have our little Aquarius lady here. She's pouring into the water, into the ground, and back into the water. So I've seen two interpretations of this. Pouring back into the water is reinvesting into this endeavor. The star card is here to say that this can actually happen. So if something great's happening, it's feeding, it's building, it's growing. The farm you want to grow is right here, and you have the resources you need to grow that. But it's also saying this is actually worth reinvesting in as well. So putting, using half the money you're getting and reinvesting half the money you're getting from this endeavor, from whatever type of endeavor it is. There's also a sense of returning back to the Lego bin, the Legos that you don't need for this next part, and then using the Legos that you do want, choosing which ones you do want to use. So giving back what's no longer for you, especially after this tower moment, we've realized that there were maybe some things that we don't need anymore. So bring it back to, donate it, give it away, put it back in the Lego bin, because you've got what you need right here. I also really like the landscape here. It definitely looks like we've experienced a fire. Like, you know, some of our tower cards were, one of them in particular was a fire, and the pine trees absolutely need that fire in order to open the pine cones and get the new process going. So I feel like this has been some sort of ravaged landscape here that we experienced in our tower right before this, and we've got new growth here, a lot of new growth, and it's being fed here. And I do think that there is a sense of vulnerability here, and you know, making a wish, saying what you want, saying what you desire, telling the universe what you desire, that's all very vulnerable, because, you know, now that you've made the wish, now it might not come true. Now it's, now people know, or the universe knows what you want, and also, you know, where your vulnerability lies, like withholding that from you or not being able to proceed with that. So I think that that's where a little bit of the nudity here comes from, is that vulnerability of, and there's also honesty here, being honest about your emotions, being honest about what you don't need anymore and about what you do need, being honest about what you don't want anymore and what you do want. So maybe we have some refined wishes here too. But this is one that's coming true. So it's not necessarily like it's coming true today. It's just this wink of like, you are on the right track. You are on the right path. You are in the flow of things. You're on the right track. You're on the right path. And this is possible and worth reinvesting. It's an external sign. It's not a full manifestation as far as I read the cards and my research and work into it. It's not a full manifestation, but it is encouragement to keep going, that you are on the right track. So it's the star, you know, we could see it as a star that the wise men were following, as far as like, yes, you're on this journey. Yes, keep going, keep following this sense of purpose. We could see it as your own inner North Star, something to navigate by, this wish, this dream. And it's definitely a keep going. It's a little bit like the Strength card in that way, and then it's like a keep going. But there is a manifestation here. It's real, and it's possible. It also reminds me, especially with this here, of the crowning. We're at 10 centimeters here, and although we can't see the baby yet, the baby's coming in. So, and there's this transition period in labor where it is, you know, you have dilated, and now the pushing is about to begin. So this is a little bit of like getting that sense that it's time to push, it's time to manifest this, it's time to start bringing that in. But I will say, this isn't just a feeling that you have. This is a trigger from the outside. This is a moment where it's a lucky moment. It's a moment where the universe is looking at you and you know it, right? You're getting the, you're at least getting the audition. So you're letting, you know that there's possibility here, or you're getting the call back. You may not get the part, but you're getting the call back, and that call back is letting you know that, you know, you do have some possibilities. There is a way forward here. So let's see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, I don't think of this as a new idea, right? It's not the Fool card, it's not the Magician card. I don't think of it as a brand new idea. I think of it as new hope on a journey that you've already been on. New hope to keep going. So let's see here. There's alignment, there's being in the flow, you're right where you need to be. It's a message from the universe, you're right where you need to be. Little wink, maybe a synchronicity coming in here, letting you know, or an opportunity. Maybe you don't necessarily get that opportunity, but does let you know that there are opportunities available and that you are a good fit for whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve and go for. So again, here we have, with the Santa Muerte deck, the Star card. It feels like this again feels like there was a storm last night. This one feels like there was a fire last night, and we're rebuilding the landscape. We're you know, the landscape isn't, we didn't tear anything down. It got torn down, but we are sort of rebuilding here. This again looks like this one looks like there was a storm last night. It filled up this pond. I love how she's in the pond. She is in the flow here. And we have growth. We have a lot of dead things in this pond. Yeah, some things have had to fall by the wayside, right? Some of these stars aren't going to happen, but we do have one that is happening. And so there is growth here. And there's these little skeletons down here. So from the tower that happened last night, from the destruction that happened, there's a lot of growth. There is a sense of being in the flow. There is a sense of the possibilities of life are actually starting to show up here. This isn't a theory anymore. This is real. This isn't just a dream anymore. This is reality coming in. You are right where you need to be. And there's a sense of confidence here. Like, yes, I can do this. That's what you should be getting out of the Star card. The Star card is a wonderful card to get, and there should be a sense of, I would hope that there would be a sense of confidence coming in with the Star card. You're right where you need to be. There's a possibility here. Keep going in this direction. We have the Muse card here. So this one, she almost looks like she's in a spotlight, which some people do perceive this Star card as being fame, fortune, being in the spotlight, finding your light. And so I think there's a little bit, I think that is a possible interpretation because there is a sense of finding your light in the spotlight. And we have sort of the spotlight theme here. So there might be a spotlight on you, but it is your opportunity. It is your chance to, I guess that's where the acting metaphors are coming from here too. But this is your opportunity, and this is your chance to step forward and say, I'm here, and finding your light, right? An actor stepping out on stage, if there's a spotlight situation, you learn how to find that light and what it feels like, what it looks like in your world, to actually stand in that light and find that light. So this is almost to me like there is a spotlight here and you are welcome to step into it. It is your chance. It is your opportunity. And it's real. It's not just a theoretical, intuitive spotlight. It's a real opportunity here. So here she has a handful of smaller stars too, of other wishes and other dreams. Again, we've got other wishes and other dreams here, but we've got one that's she's really stepping into. And again, we have the water represented here. I like how the water looks like it's sort of meeting her halfway. There is a sense of flow. There is a sense of being in the flow. In a way, she almost looks like she's got a gown of being in the flow, being right where she needs to be. She's very much dressed in the that mode. It's almost like she's covered with flow, with being where she needs to be. Again, I'm getting a strong sense of, there is a sense of temperance here too, right? We've got two cups, we've got a naked character, and we've got this flow here. So it is hearkening back to temperance. And temperance was like, wait, and this is sort of like, okay, now it's time for your spotlight. Now we're moving forward. Now we're, right, temperance was sort of that period between the contractions that open the cervix and the contractions that tell you to push, right? So this would be like that first sense of, okay, it's time to push. This thing's actually coming into reality. And that's what I'm sort of seeing with the temperance is like we're sort of following up on that temperance. Now there is movement. Now there is something to go. We're out of sort of this wait and see time, and we're entering into this, now it's flowing. It's not that these are just flowing back and forth to each other. They're flowing out now into reality. We've mixed our drink, and now it's time to drink it, or now it's time to serve it. So you're getting served sort of that drink that you've been waiting for, that you've waited patiently for in that temperance card. Here she is. She's serving that now. And then again, we have the stars here in the Apparition deck. We have one star, we have an angel. So this can be someone blessing you, or someone coming in with an opportunity for you. I see also a sense of you can take flight now, you're cleared for takeoff, right? We had that temperance energy of maybe, you know, your little prop plane getting prepped and you having to wait for, you know, the gas to fill or whatever. Now you're getting cleared for takeoff. So this is that initial message, the twinkling star, you are cleared for takeoff here. There's a lot more where this came from too. And that's what I like about this too, is there's a lot more where this came from. This isn't just an empty well. You're not just taking the last little bits out of a nearly empty well. There's a lot more where this came from. That's why you can pick and choose and put back what you don't want anymore, because there's a lot more where this came from. And this is just the beginning of something coming into reality. I feel like I get this too. There's a lot more where this came from. She can just play in this water and just enjoy this water. Yeah, we did have a desert here. Yeah, we had a period of time of waiting, you know, putting a lot of work into something and waiting for it. And now here it is, and it's really flowing. And there's just enough. There's so much here, so much possibility here that there's enough to play with and just enjoy. We also have from the Good Tarot, we have this one with Kintsugi going on here. So this reminds me of the Tower in particular. Something was destroyed and it's been repaired with gold. So whatever got sort of broken up in that tower, there's a sense of repair and renewal, not just renewal, but a beautiful, more beautiful than before renewal, right? Because the tower falls apart so that we can rebuild. So this is the part of that rebuilding is, and we've rebuilt with gold. So it's more beautiful than it was before. So this again is about hope, is about looking to the future. She's definitely looking to the future here. And she's made some repairs. She's got her jug and she is capable of holding the blessings that come her way. She's capable of this. This would be like you are able, what was broken has been healed and repaired, and you are able to move forward into the future in a very practical and real way. For Guardian of the Night, we have this very much at peace, the star beaming in. This definitely, to me, reminds me of the star that the wise men would have followed, leading them to where they wanted to go. So there's some sort of leading here. We also have, I don't know if this is the orange, this is red, this is root chakra more represented here than the sacral chakra that we usually see with the star card, this orange right here. But there is a sense of peace, of purpose, I think renewed purpose, a blessing coming in here, a blessing. This is a blessing for what you're doing. It's blessed and keep going. I have a sense of like communion here too, like a religious rite is coming in here, just newly and afresh for me. Some sort of partaking of something sacred in reality, right? This is when you take the communion, it's this is my flesh, this is my blood given to you. And there's a sense here that I have of that, of some sort of divine purpose entering into our lives as flesh, as real, as tangible. There's a very tangible element to the star card. It's not just, you may have wished upon a star, but this is that wish tangibly coming true. I think I've said that like 5,000 times now. But ForHaxa, new beginning, new ideas. We have irises, the messages from the universe to keep going. This is spring. This is actually spring coming up here. These flowers are actually growing. Here's the magic all around, swirling all around, very magical in the flow. It is sort of where that dream, right? We're right underneath here. Here's the dream, the idea, here's the reality, and we're right in that path here. We're headed right into the path. We're stepping into that path from our tower. No matter how we got to the crisis point, we're stepping from a crisis point. Well, of course we don't like go through this in order, but the idea, the energy is moving from a blessing into reality. And this blessing helps bring this dream into reality and make this dream, this divine dream, real. So that's our star card. Oh yes, reversed. Reversed can be impotence, unable to make something happen. It could be a message that this dream doesn't have a lot of legs. And I would take that with a grain of salt. You have to check in with yourself, but it is like, at least explore the possibility that this dream, this vision that you have isn't meant to be. This might be one of the seeds that we put out, that we plant, and it just doesn't come up. And some of them are like that. There could also be an arrogance, like I can do this all by myself. I don't need help from others. I don't need blessings from others. I don't need anybody to, give me a boost or help me out. I can do this all by myself. So this arrogance, refusing to co-create with the universe, or refusing guess we can get in this mode where we refuse help. And refuse to see all the opportunities that there are around us, refuse to take advantage of those opportunities. And that can come across as arrogance, but it can also be based in low self-esteem. But you could be just blocking a blessing from coming in for whatever reason. Either you tend to self-sabotage, you don't feel like you deserve it, you don't believe that it's possible, right? So if we can't see the stars if our eyes are closed, so maybe closing your eyes to opportunities, and also a sense of hopelessness, right? Especially if there's a beloved project and it's just not moving anywhere. This can represent sort of a sense of hopelessness coming in, as far as like not having this dream, having worked on it, having built it, and not receiving any positive feedback or any movement from outside of you. It just doesn't look like there's a sense of lost hope here, that there's not any assistance coming in from the universe. So other cards that are similar, any of the aces are pretty similar, as far as like, especially like the Ace of Pentacles, where this is becoming real. We have this glimmer, this idea that this could actually become real. This could actually happen. And also Three of Wands, seeing the future and having hope in the future, and having a vision and having hope against all hope, having a lot of hope about the future, and having a vision for that, and truly believing that it can happen. All right, so I hope that was helpful about the star card. Thanks for joining me.